My name is James Rowlands, and in 2015 I started a WNR podcast with my friend
Dan White. And for 5 years we have brought you the very best of the network, but it's time for a change.
Now we don't just confine ourselves to Vinnie Mac, bring you AEW, Impact, NJPW and all the latest for the British wrestling scene.
But we will still bring you all our old favourites, including NXT Update, takeovers and live shows for the Big Four.
This year we will decide who is the greatest British wrestler in the world, plus so much more.
But until we watch everything, we are with you, and
we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and on the eve of the WNR 300, this is a very special show, looking back at the very first episode of the WNR podcast. Of course, last week we were meant to be 299, but instead we re-released episode 1. Now hopefully on the WNR 300 I will be joined by Dan, and then we can explain why 299 was indeed cancelled and what the future holds for the WNR podcast. But right now, before a very special director's cut, here we're going to look back on episode 1. So, of course, it was released May 4th, 2015. And you got to love the original. You really, really do. And, of course, we've got a guy now making all the WNR music for us. And a shout out to him. And we'd just like to thank him for that. But the original theme was absolutely brilliant. And speaking about stuff that happened originally, of course, we had my posh voice. And wasn't really sure how to go with it. And, of course, my cadence now is a little bit different, but of course back then I thought this is kind of how you had to start, you know, and it was thanks for downloading, which, you know, I can still do if I needed. And we started off as the WWE Network review, and of course with WWE trying to shut us down last year, we were kind of known as the WNR podcast anyway, going back a couple of years, as a short way of saying it, but now the WNR doesn't stand for the WWE Network review, and of course we changed it. It did have a reason, the podcast. The reason was to find out if the network was worth the $9.99 a month, which again gives us an idea and gives us a start on how to do it. And on a side note, this was my first time editing, obviously using the laptops with no microphones, so sound was poor, and doing the intro separate, and having to cut my voice into it as well. So I was learning on the job the very first time, and I've been doing it 300 episodes since now as well, of course, with the script writing and putting the podcast together and recording and the editing, the uploading, and all that such thing as well. We meet Dwayne. Dwayne was a very interesting character that we had in the first couple episodes. Of course, we spoke about before, a friend of Dan, and we were around Dwayne's actually recording the first joke and laughing at my own jokes, and not much has changed there. So you can tell from the off how we were kind of going to go with this. And we inadvertently time-stamped the podcast as well. I can officially say now for the first time that we recorded it was April 29th, because we mentioned Dwayne's birthday on the show as well. We had an edit in again, but it's all I could do really at the time. The background sound was just too loud. Of course, we were watching the event, but that kind of overtook from that. We chat about the wrestlers then, and now that was in 2015, which is kind of strange because, of course, Dwayne didn't know a lot about it. 3 minutes in, and Dan's love for Orton and Ambrose, which hasn't waned really to this day. And after about 5 minutes of chat, we start Extreme Rules 2015. So our very first event on the WNR podcast was Extreme Rules 2015. I did have some notes when we recorded. Dan and I had gone to Raw recently as well, so we started a connection there and the reasoning for the podcast. And my longest running thing on the podcast is we kick off with Kickoff, which I didn't really know, but listening back to it was a bit of a surprise. We tried to explain Bray Wyatt to Dwayne. The Bray Wyatt character has changed so much now. I mean, just trying to imagine explaining the Fiend and the Funhouse to Dwayne, but back then, you know, that was kind of what we were talking about. His impression was Bad News Barrett. I've got some bad news. Yes, that's when he was around there. And our first match watch was a Dean Ambrose match with Jon Moxley versus Luke Harper, of course, Brody Lee now. And the sound is weird during this match, but our first proper discussion with Dan was about hardcore and hardcore wrestling. I carried a lot of the chat and I wasn't afraid to talk. Dan, of course, grew into it, and Dwayne, after a couple of episodes, realised maybe it wasn't his thing, and we replaced him with Jared. Ziggler versus Sheamus, both guys still being featured heavily today. We have New Day in a tag team match versus Cesaro and Kid. I mean, look how much difference 5 years make. Last pay-per-view, New Day versus Nakamura and Cesaro, and going back, Cesaro, tag team partner, versus the New Day. And this was the first time that the New Day had won the tag team titles. We were eating during the match, which you could hear in the background as well. You had Cena versus Rusev in a Russian chain match. Dwayne thinks Cena has funny legs. He looks like he skipped leg day. And you can tell just to the banter with the three of us as well. Dan loves the Doctor of Thugonomics, which has not really changed. My Russian has improved now. I did a terrible Russian accent. Nowadays, it's not too bad. You have failed the city, Oliver. Which, you know, I get from Arrow. We get a nice shows from Naomi, because we get the women's match next. She's against Nikki. We sing Real Man's Man. Regan, of course, recently done the Superstar profile, and we were featuring that 5 years previously. Dwayne was asked the question, who is he? It was Ryback. We had our main event with Seth Rollins, and of course Dan mentioned in his tight ripped body of Randy Orton. We had Dan's first match review as well. And my idea for the next pod is to introduce both of them to NXT, and of course what we do now with NXT Update and everything like that. Dan, you are welcome. And then I was asking, we're going to keep the pod going, and of course we are on Twitter. We ended up with try it again in a couple of weeks. So for the first time in 5 years, I have gone back now, and I'm going to attempt to give you an unedited, uncensored director's cut of our very first episode. I have no idea what it's going to sound like, but please enjoy it now. This is the WNR 1.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. I'm trying to make you laugh.
Check 3 4 3 4. Check 3 4 3 4.
Is this damn thing on?
Sponsored by Squarespace.com. Bringing you, it's all shit like that, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like DDP Yoga. Now, I was a fat person before I bought DDP Yoga, but I'm still fat.
And now the stars are in the skies. I'm loving life to the full.
JL's like, DraftKings.com. You enemy. Fucking shit. Anyway.
Barbecue chicken. Tastes so good, makes you want to slap your grandma, don't it, Willie?
I moved away in 2005.
Oh,
It was
shit.
only 4 years, but yeah, still like...
So you watched it, what, from 2001? No.
Yeah, till about 2004.
Yeah.
Till when like Donna and that moved in there. I watched it like that. And
But before
and
that,
then, before that, yeah, well, fucking, it was years with Albert Warrior. All that was in it.
who else?
Jake Snake,
Hogan.
Bushwhackers, or whoever they are.
Yeah, Bushwhacker.
Yeah,
Luke and
Bushwhackers.
Birch around licking people's heads.
Sergeant Slaughter, all that.
That must be 1991 then.
And that was it, the fucking Saint Mountie.
Oh, the Mountie, yeah. He was called that,
That'd be
yeah.
like Tatonka, Superfly.
Typhoon and Thunder. Or
Macho
Earthquake,
Man.
Typhoon
Yeah.
and Earthquake. Whatever.
Repo Man,
Yeah.
Crush, Doink,
Yeah, I think they were either just slightly after or around that.
IRS.
Because they switched from like in 91 and 92 when you were watching, they had like the big muscly men like Bulldog and Warrior.
Yeah.
But
Bulldog.
because then the steroid trial happened and that, they had to,
Bulldog.
they kind of cut their roster and got like. So where I'm watching Raw 93 now, you got like Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, Doink, Macho.
Ric Flair was wrestling then as well.
Yeah. And Flair's, you know.
Woo!
At least you know them, you know.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
no
you don't know anybody on this.
No, I don't
Did you
know
know
them.
anybody
No.
on the Extreme Rules? Any of the wrestlers?
No.
No, WrestleMania, you knew Sting, Triple H.
Yeah, I knew them, but they're not like
There was a few.
wrestling this one. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think I know any of them.
You
Yeah,
know
Randy Orton. And fucking, yeah, I know Randy
John
Orton.
Cena.
John Cena, yeah.
Kane.
Everyone knows John Cena,
Yeah,
right?
Kane.
You think of wrestling, it's all about John Cena now.
Yeah, he's the face
Because it used
that
to
runs
be
the
like-
place.
I know The Rock,
Brian.
obviously, because he's got my name.
Dwayne.
I thought you said The Rock. Dwayne, my name is Dwayne The Rock. That's my surname. Oh yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
Spelled the same way as well.
What, Johnson?
Yeah.
He knows a lot about Johnson's, right?
I've heard that. But, I mean, they need to know
Alright, so
that.
what's your most memorable match?
Actually, does stand out was a Royal Rumble, and I can't remember what year it was, and all war wrestler, but he come running into the ring, run up into the corner, got knocked out. He stands out.
What, come in and got eliminated?
Yeah, I was talking to Dan about this, and you said it like, you was like, yeah, that was this one, wasn't it?
The
Do you remember?
Barbarian.
Well,
Nah.
no, it's more recent than that, but...
Oh, Santino
Oh,
Marella.
Grandmaster Sex Sale, something, wasn't it? Like he come running in or something and got knocked straight out.
that'd
or
be
someone
around the
like that.
2000.
In 2000, I think he came out with and
someone
he
like
danced
that.
with.
Yeah, he danced
Scott
with
did like
Rikishi, and
Rikishi.
Yeah,
Rikishi threw them
yeah,
both
I
out.
remember that. Yeah, I remember
Because
that.
they was all
match.
dancing together. That's the
I used to
match.
like Rikishi.
That's
Actually.
when
You know,
Triple
stinky
H-
face.
When you like Rikishi and the Bushwhackers, and they've both gone into the Hall of Fame this year.
See, I love
So
that.
you're up to date, basically.
Because I like walking like that and licking faces.
It's not like they weren't the biggest.
With your arms up
stars,
and down, you
Yeah.
mean?
But
With wives of
I don't know. They was. I like them. I like Bushwhackers. They're good personality. Into the Royal Rumble, and they literally marched down to the ring. I think it was one of them. And he got eliminated, and he just carried on walking back round the ring and walked out with his fucking arm still going. He went and licked, I think he went and licked Jerry Lawler's head, and then walked out.
Mad.
It was, I think it was like a special entry into the Royal Rumble, but it was, yeah.
Luke and Butch. Couldn't go away with that now, could you? Tag team. Hello and welcome to the podcast. That's what makes you want to fucking. Hi, my name is a serial killer. Hi, I'm gonna go. If I start with a voice, it's a voice I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? I can't start like
Yourself.
posh. And then, yeah, exactly. It's like, hello, welcome to the podcast. We are doing this from South Africa. I'm here with my friend Dan and my friend Dwayne.
G'day, mate.
He's
I'm
just.
from Australia.
It's going to make my accent go a little bit hard, but I think I can do acid preservatives.
You crunchy fucking bloods up from South Africa.
Ah, you're South African as
I am
well.
fucking South African, mate.
Right,
My name is
mate.
Uzo. I am from Africa. I am the proper African.
Look, even me being South African, I find that racist.
Who is in this house?
Right, okay. 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's the podcast right there.
Hi. Hello. 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 Hello.
Right,
Right, ready?
3.
Good old Amarga.
You manga.
Oh yeah, that was Regal, wasn't it?
I was watching a fucking an old Raw throwback the other day, and it was Steve Regal versus the Godfather,
Really?
and the Godfather offered Steve Regal some hose, and Steve Regal's like, normally I'd kick your ass, but I'm going to take the hose.
What
And he
year was
started
that?
walking out.
What was he coming out to? He's a man,
And
such a man.
with his working out.
Yeah, he built his hat. He didn't look gay at all, did he? No. 1, 2.
Voice check.
Oh, no, no, no.
Voice
Look at
check.
that, right. My name is put name here. Oh no. Shit, I didn't write it. I didn't read it right. Sorry. Right. Let's do it again. Hello and welcome to the. Oh no, that's too high, isn't it? Oh no, I'm just gonna do it.
You do Screech from Saved by the Bell.
I'm not doing. Hello and welcome. I don't like my voice though. Hello and welcome to the WWE Network Review, a brand new podcast reviewing the WWE Network and seeing if it offers value for money. My name is James Rowlands and I'm joined by my two friends. Firstly,
Dan White.
Dwayne Jeffrey.
Dwayne The Rock Jeffrey, get it right. We need that. Now I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Try as much as what. Yeah, I fucked that up. I'll do that bit later. Let's just watch a bit of wrestling. I'll do all that bit. Do you want to talk about Extreme Rules then?
I
Yeah.
need to watch it, don't we?
Well, we've seen it.
We'll put it on.
Watch.
Gonna put it on the background then, or
That was the best part. I don't know why you stopped.
what? The bit coming up.
Yeah.
What? What? Now I'm a lifelong wrestling fan.
No,
Try to watch as
all
much
of your
wrestling
ultra
related
that you
shows
meant
as
to me.
possible. Now, Dan, you watch all the pay-per-views and try and catch the raw results, and Dwayne, you don't really watch WWE, do you? But you know the basics, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now we're going to try and prove to each other that the WWE Network is worth the $9.99 a month, worth our subscription. Try and get Dwayne to subscribe. But then again, you could convince us to cancel our subscriptions if the programs are bad enough. So we're going to wide range of programs, basically, not just pay-per-views. We're going to do NXT, DVDs, you know, stuff on even little things like YouTube and that, or basically just chat about the WWE Network. You don't need the WWE Network to listen to the podcast because, you know, we'll be telling you what's on it. Basically. Right, first things first. Right, we'll talk about Extreme Rules, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, Extreme Rules. It was in Chicago, All-State Arena. Right, first of all, I love the Chicago crowd. I really do. Right, I think they're my second favourite crowd behind London because obviously I'm a bit biased because we were at the Raw taping a couple of weeks ago, weren't we, Dan? So I think the crowd there is the best. But Chicago for me has always been loud, especially with CM Punk and people like that. You know, where hometown hero every time he came back. Money in the Bank 2011 as well. If you get a chance, well, Dwayne, we'll probably watch that as well, won't we, Dan?
Yeah, at some point.
We'll try and catch all the old pay-per-views and that. But I really like the crowd. They said it was a sellout tonight, so it was about 14,000 people there. So I thought the card was quite strong as well, considering after Mania, Undertaker went away, Sting went away, Triple H didn't wrestle anymore. I thought, yeah, fair enough. So let's go through the card, yeah. So the main event was Orton versus Rollins. Oh, no, I'll put that in. I'll do all this a bit later because it's all talk, innit? Right, fuck it. Did you watch Kickoff?
No, I only see the highlights to the first match.
Right, so you saw the highlights. Did you? You didn't see Kickoff
No.
at all, Dwayne, did you? Right, so I watched Kickoff, and it started with Bray Wyatt doing another interview. Recently, Dwayne, he's been... Bray Wyatt's a character. It's really difficult to explain to someone who's never... You're not up to date with wrestling, are you?
No, not up to date with it, no.
So Bray Wyatt did a promo. He kind of called himself New Face of Fear. He's like the new, you know, bad guy, kind of like Undertaker. I think you mentioned it earlier as well, didn't you?
Dark fella.
Yeah, dark fella.
Shoes.
And he just said like, he's gonna search someone down, but we don't know who it is. And it started after Rumble, and it was basically Undertaker. And now we think it's Roman Reigns, but we're not really sure. First match was Neville versus Barrett, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I like them. I'll do this a bit later because I saw Kickoff.
Yeah, I only see the end of that match, and thought the ending was great. Neville's got good potential. Could be a rising star.
I do like him. I think the way they're going about him as well, the way they're using him is like, you know, when Mysterio first came in 2002, it's like he came as like a new sensation. It's one of his nicknames, and he's like flipping around and doing all this weird shit. But yeah, I quite like Neville as well, and we were talking about the Red Arrow as well. His finishing move, it is beautiful. Have you seen it at all?
No, I haven't, no.
Shows you the beginning of this.
Yes, yeah. We'll wait until we see this bit.
I will see it.
I assure you.
I
promise the
will
listeners now.
draping all natural for fuck's sake, yeah.
Oh, I promise you now. I will see it every bit.
Everything I can change anyway. Because I might sound like
You
I'm
can change
just
that
reading
thing,
it.
it's okay.
Yeah, we'll just change the accent, it's fine. So, alright, if I keep saying alright or but, right.
To be honest with you guys, I haven't seen wrestling for a little while. I watched it a few years ago. It's all new to me now, but I'm feeling rather excited about this.
We see all this match, didn't we? Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper.
Yeah, this was a good match.
So the first match was Ambrose. I mean, I think Ambrose got a really big cheer as
Well,
well.
from what you
Yeah.
see of it, really, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
He strings his moves together really well.
I
Yeah.
really am a big fan of Ambrose. I think he really is a good wrestler. And I think he does a lot of hardcore stuff as well. But I like Ambrose. I do.
What was your opinion of Ambrose?
I thought he was pretty good. He had a nice repertoire of moves, which was pretty exciting.
Strings his moves together well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the powerbomb through the ladder.
So that's where all the hatred has come from then.
Yeah. But his personality is like unstable. He's a character that's, I don't know, he's
On the edge.
on the edge. He's close to snapping. He's, you know, he don't really give a damn.
Livewire.
I think Harper's weird. I think he should still be part because you didn't know White fan. So Bray Wyatt, a guy you don't really seen because
He looks like it could have been a biker or something.
yeah, he looks like a bit like
A tobacco chewing hunter.
yeah.
I bet that's his cleanest dirty shirt.
I
You
thought
have to edit that bit obviously because it was said on here.
I thought on commentary they confused it because they were saying, oh, he's JBL said, oh, Dean Ambrose's top's dirty or something.
But his top was dirty when he
But
fought.
exactly, yeah.
And that's his cleanest, his dirtiest, cleanest one, I say, isn't it? His cleanest, dirtiest.
I think Ambrose taking the suplex on the chair though is fucking stupid. Right,
Mm.
I think that is crazy.
I didn't like the finish.
What, driving out in the car?
No, not like. Oh yeah.
No, he's
So
driving
we're
back
gonna-
in the car.
yeah.
But, yeah.
We're gonna get up to the point where we go, oh, he drives off, and then we'll come back to that.
Replace it with something different.
Yeah, I think that's standard brawl. I think Ambrose's match now are all hardcore matches. You know, did you watch it back in 99, 2000?
Yeah.
You know, with the 24/7 all Crash Holly and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
Now Dean Ambrose has got the kendo stick from under the ring.
I always find when someone gets a kendo stick out, they always have to use it on each other. You know,
Yeah.
it's never the one person
Yeah.
hitting the other one. They always have to have a go on each other. It's like-
Pretty much
it's
like
one of
in
them
the
rules.
bedroom, when you spank your girl, so she's got to spank you back a bit.
Yes.
Innit?
Yeah, no. But
Come back
I've
next week for James' next match.
Randy Orton's tight ripped body. I think Ambrose is a cool wrestler though.
I'd say because he's so live, he needs to just sit down sometimes during the fighting. You know?
Unlike our Troy, who had to stop during the match to get a drink, and then he done it pretty much every match. It become his thing.
That
Ooh.
does hurt, doesn't it?
That must have hurt a little bit.
What do you mean, a little bit? He just got suplex on the chair. You crazy?
A little bit compared to a chokeslam for a ring.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Chokeslam off the top of a cage
What like
onto
that?
the back of a fucking pickup
What
truck for the hay.
Rikishi? If you didn't know, well, you don't know who.
Not as painful as the match as Triple H and Cactus Jack, where he pedigrees him into the tax.
That would bloody hurt, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but look
Ooh.
at Randy Orton's face when he takes a backdrop to the tax.
I
I
think
saw that match and it
He's
was.
there.
I think
Oh,
Cactus
nice.
Jack actually got the point of that pedigree.
Who would you think is the good and bad guy between Ambrose and Harper?
I think Luke Harper is
What, the good guy?
the bad guy.
They're faces and heels. Face is a baby face, and it's like a good guy, and heels a bad guy, villain type.
So he's the good guy. All this.
Harper's the heel and Ambrose is the face.
Oh.
So Ambrose is a good guy, but they're very similar, aren't they? With their look like they're a tag team. You didn't think that,
make
did
a
you?
good tag team. If they was together, they'd make a good.
Well, Ambrose is before he went to WWE, was well known for his hardcore matches.
Yeah.
But also his other, he had good matches in not Ring of Honor,
Yeah, but
CZW.
with the way WWE's going, it don't really warrant a hardcore wrestler, does it? It's not a hardcore show like it used to be.
No, but I do agree with that. But I think the hardcore aspect of it is there was never a lot of blood in that during the days of hardcore back then. There's a different hardcore. There's like an extreme hardcore with ECW, and then there was like a WWF hardcore division in 2000 where it was like
Suplexes onto the floor.
suplex on the floor and like trash cans and stuff
Weed
like that.
bins.
Yeah, lots of gimmicks, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be harmless now.
Choke
because-
slamming people through a broken glass, like a glass window, and then going through jit rock walls.
Yeah. But if you look at this paper, they do all the hardcore stuff anyway. Like they can do now, brawl around. People go through tables in the end. They use stairs, chairs.
Or
Kendo
body
stick.
slam onto the chair there.
But then there's
Why
never
Ambrose
going to be
not
another
hardcore?
Inferno match or like a barbed wire rope match. Or,
There would never be a bar road match again.
You
No.
know, like there's not going to be anyone Mick Foley or Terry Funkish.
No, but I think the closest we've, in a weird way, the closest we've come to that is maybe someone like Ambrose, who's got that in his Yeah, he is a good brawler, if you know what I mean. I think that's
all the other hardcore characters are more like a hardcore Holly type character or Raven type character.
yeah, that's their thing,
they're,
isn't it? They're stuck in that.
Yeah.
That would be the problem for Ambrose, because it would be his division, and that all the people like that would go into.
Yeah, you're following this, mate.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Do you like Ambrose's promos? Ambrose promos.
They're a bit samey, but obviously keeping in the character, it's got to be similar every time.
He said that.
I like that little trick with the rope.
Yeah,
That's quite innovative.
He said WWE won't let him do a proper interview himself. They always try and script it for him.
Is he just that? What is it? What won't they?
Because he just wants to say, like, during his promos with Seth Rollins last year, he was saying, like, I want to get your face, I want to rip it apart, and they said it's a bit extreme, but he wanted to do more than that, you know?
That little move there.
What
that
is
was
the
cool.
little spin on the...
spin around in the ring and bit Rey Mysterio, like he's 619 nothing and come back. I'd rather have 6-9.
This ad was brought to you by Budweiser.
Yeah, we can't do any promotion like
Yeah,
Coke.
no, welcome back.
What about if you said though, like, I really like Coca-Cola, like they're the best in the world, and then they sent you loads of Coca-Cola.
But the best drink in the world, though, I do like Ribena.
Just skip forward to
Orange
the
and guava.
Just skip forward to the next match. Right, backstage. After this, yeah, there's a interview with Triple H, Rollins, and Kane. They do the same stuff where they talk about what's best for business, basically, Dwayne. Yeah, it's quite, you know, they're boring chants from the crowd, so that can give you an idea what's going on. And then it's Ziggler versus Sheamus in a Kiss Me Arse match, which is not, is different, I suppose, isn't it?
It's very different.
There was a Kiss My Arse match between Badass Billy Gunn and The Rock at SummerSlam '99, and that was quite, well, that ruined Billy Gunn because he won the King of the Ring that year, was going to go forward as a singles wrestler, and then he was in that with The Rock, and he had to kiss the arse of like this quite big
Who's
woman
that
as
from
well.
Norwich?
Paige.
Paige.
Yeah, you sent me that
If I had to see her Paige,
text
you
of
might
Sheamus, yeah. And you did see Sheamus pasty white arse as well.
Yeah, I think that's what the tweet was referring to.
Duh. What do you think I was born yesterday? Do you think Dwayne was born today? What is our Twitter? Ah.
I ain't got
At
Twitter.
WWE
Network Review.
Yeah, at
All one
WWE
word.
Network Review, all one word. And work is spelt WRK. Or you contact us at WWE Network Review at gmail.com. But make sure it's a nice email. I don't have any rude ones. It's my mum's account, honestly. But I have to go on Twitter now, don't I? And have to do stuff. I don't know how to do stuff in there, but I'll just retweet people. But I'm only following 2 people. 3, maybe 4. WWE Network, you and me. You're not on Twitter, are you?
No. I've got one, but I can't remember it.
I'm not following anybody else.
Oh no, yours. You're on mine.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, follow us. We'll have more followers than we have.
I'll probably have to remember my fucking login details on.
I thought Ziggler's entrance, you can hear more girls screaming than you could blokes.
Ziggler at the figure. Wrestling though. That bloke dressed up as Ziggler.
Oh yeah, when we were at Raw, there was a guy dressed up as Dolph Ziggler, right? And he's sitting like quite near the top, wasn't it? You know, with the seats. And Ziggler came out, and he fucking ran all the way. He was like, woo, shaking it. Like, Ziggler. Maybe Dan could do it, but honestly, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you just run down and you get a big cheer and run back up again.
Well, some big reason Ziggler was quite a lot in that episode, wasn't he? Because we saw that do quite a few times.
MUMALEZ. And your name is I Like Funnables. I'm fun, exciting, and always up for a laugh. Plus a lot more. I like all types of music and spending time with my friends.
I might change that to podcast that.
Professional.
We will be, once it goes up, if we do it right.
Do you know what my thing is? 85 White. I think that's a shit hot in Twitter handle.
Yeah.
And I am the official Dan White Spurs fan.
Exactly. And I'm at Joe Rowland. No, what am I? At Joe Rowland. Well, I'm at WWE Network Review.
Well, that's
At
right.
WWE Network Review. Network is spelled
You are
WRK.
J_Rowlands,
Yeah.
one half of Talking BS podcast, the most popular podcast in my house.
That's why we're doing a wrestling podcast. Welcome to the new WWE Wrestling Podcast.
This evening we bring to you.
What do you think of Ziggler
Yeah.
as a neutral?
Yeah.
Any
seems
similarities between him and anybody in the old, or?
Don't really know.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels Mr. Perfect are the two they say. But I like Ziggler because he always... Brogany! He hit a Brogany! Brogany! Brogany!
Big boots in the face.
There's a nice DDT on the outside off the steps that Ziggler does to Sheamus. Do you like Sheamus, Dwayne?
Yeah. I think he's great.
Do you like him?
I like him a lot.
What do you think of Sheamus now?
Very
Don't know,
Irish.
he's got a good character, but it looks a bit like a tit. It looks like he's one of the Pirates of the Caribbean extras with his beard all.
But at least it's heelish, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Sheamus is alright, but I think they ruined him when they had him a good guy a couple of years ago. And they were going, fella. Ziggler catched him with a, what is that? Like a cradle / roll up type thing.
Yeah.
Pins him.
Roll up cradle.
I think
Sounds
Sheamus.
good.
I think
Bit of a
Sheamus.
sudden finish, though, isn't it?
It, as they say, it came out of nowhere, didn't it? It came out of nowhere.
It leaves
Not
open.
enough.
And they obviously need a storyline, so we got to carry on with it.
I think Sheamus is quite funny when he's trying to.
Do you reckon it'd go to like a shave your mohawk type deal? Hair versus hair match. They both got long hair.
Well, after this match, I thought maybe a series of stinkface matches to see who the winner would be.
Special guest referee Rikishi.
Rikishi, yeah. Not too cool because they're not welcome. Alright? They're not welcome anymore. I think Sheamus is quite funny though, because he says stuff like, "Oh, I know I have to do it. I know I have to kiss his arse. I know I have to kiss his arse. I'm not kissing his arse." What's after this? Next to the tag team championship match, Cesaro and Kid versus the New Day. Now, Dwayne, did you know anybody in this?
Can't remember. I can't remember how far I watched, to be honest.
We saw this man. Saw the next one.
Guy on the left is Cesaro, the bald guy. He was relevant about 2 years ago, right? Tyson Kidd, he was relevant about 6 years ago when he was with David Hart Smith. But they're a good tag team, they're alright. Usos are injured, so that's why they're there. And Kofi, you like Kofi, Dan, didn't you?
I do, but on his own, not as part of a tag team.
Here's the problem with Kofi Kingston, he's quite a good singles, but he only goes to a certain level. You'll find out, Dwayne, that most WWE wrestlers kind of stay the same where they are. Do you know what I
The
mean?
Big Show.
The Big Show would always...
You'll have your little moment, and then he'd just go back to being no titles, the odd little title here and there, a little trophy
Yeah.
to keep him happy, but just a stable.
And Kofi or Kid would always have a tag team championship, or if they're lucky, maybe a US title, but...
No, these are all new faces to me, so...
I was watching him against fucking... Who was it? Giant Gonzalez. He
Yeah.
chokeslammed him. I was like, oh look, I'm a Whippleman. Whippleman.
So as far as managers go, who'd you like to have been in your corner?
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
Yeah, either him or Paul Heyman.
I'd like to have the man for the South, Jimmy Hart,
Jimmy Hart, that's a good
with his
shout.
megaphone.
Jim Cornette was good as well. Give him
Paul
credit.
Bearer?
Oh yes!
Obviously you can't have him, but
That's a very good impression, Dwayne. What? Because he's dead, Dwayne. Because he's dead, Dan.
no, because
Paul-
he wouldn't manage you because you're not a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, but none of them will wrestle me. None of them managed me if I was a wrestler. So Paul Bearer's dead. Who else is dead? Crash Holly we found out was dead tonight. Who else? What
Tess.
other wrestlers did you like?
What
Tess.
other wrestlers do you know that are dead?
Dwayne. What wrestlers did you like? Oh, do you remember?
Ultimate Warrior.
Wayne's dead list.
Do you remember when I told you about Chris Benoit? What he did?
Mm.
Yeah, do you know Chris Benoit?
Yeah, yeah, I know Chris Benoit.
You didn't believe me, did you?
No.
Did you check it?
No. So,
He did.
that's
It's not a
fair.
laughing matter. It is actually true.
Yeah.
Did he quibble
It's
it?
sad.
Because I have 2 young children myself.
Well, don't put him in the crippler God's face.
He's the reason why wrestlers don't take chair shots to the head anymore.
Yeah.
So next time you think about head back in a chair, think twice.
So what other WWE wrestlers will be missed? So what other old ones? We talked about Mr. Perfect from Ziggler. He's dead. Died of a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
British Bulldog's dead.
Bret Hitman.
Brett Hitman's not. He had a stroke. Nearly.
He had
a stroke 2005.
Couldn't
Yeah, that was close. Who else? Macho Man Man Savage.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
smash. he didn't laugh. Who else?
Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth. She had a drug overdose, didn't she?
Test.
Drug overdose. No, good old
Eddie
drug
Guerrero.
overdose,
Eddie
don't they?
Guerrero. What do you think about him?
Eddie Guerrero. How can I forget? But he's dead, Dwayne.
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
I heard that. Oh, yeah, I heard that he was dead.
You heard that he was dead.
Owen Hart,
Owen Hart.
the man that Gravity didn't forget.
Oh, I'm keeping that in, but I'm taking all mine out.
Promise to Booker T for that one. Can I have one of your cookies? I think I'm gonna have
Which one?
to either a vape shot or
Right, let's go to the next match. Right, so Cesaro, Kofi.
Do you know how hard it is getting match to match?
No, yeah, it is because you just select the next.
No, you don't.
Give us a biscuit.
You have to.
I want a biscuit.
You have to ask Stone.
Yeah, you can have one.
Oh, that's birthday cookies. But it's
I have
too
one. Oh, there's not left. No.
Go through there.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
Fucking share cookies.
What happened?
It's down with the cookies.
Cookie.
We've got to talk about the end of this match. So, yeah,
This match was just glitched.
yeah. So, Jane, you're too quiet. You need to be louder.
I like the swing with a full stop.
Oh, fucking hell. So,
Harper's back.
Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper are back in the ring now. Ambrose is covered under chairs. I like the way. Oh, he comes out.
there
all
it is.
crazy. Hello.
Peekaboo. Look for a bump on the chairs.
Yeah. Little throw down onto his back on the chairs. Honestly.
Now, both hit 30
Disappointed
Ds on
for
no
that
chairs and pins him.
On no chairs.
On no chairs.
Anyway, so Kingston. Good spear outside the ring. What I can remember. No, not Kingston. Big E. Spear outside. Oh no, it's just going to shit, innit? And then interference by Xavier Woods. And Kofi gets a roll up and Tyson Kidd.
The dirty win.
Dirty win basically for the new tag team champions and the New Day. I like the New Day. It's interesting to think
Leaving
that
it open for Cesaro and Tyson Kidd
to turn good because the Usos are out injured, and I like New Day and it gives them a chance to try and go as bad guys as well. You said that earlier about Ambrose and Harper, didn't you?
Yeah, I like the way Harper drives out in the car. And then Ambrose drives back in the car. And Harper rolls out the back seat. I love that.
And then he jumps on New Day.
Nice little slam to all three of them on
New
New
tag
Day,
team
yeah.
champions.
Takes them out. I like the bit where Harper didn't know where he was coming from and boom, Ambrose jumps him. But no, yeah, that's little DDT on no chairs was a bit.
Yeah, but you pinned him on chairs. So does that count for something?
Yeah, could give him cramp.
His shoulders were knocked down, therefore he did not get the win. But he stays down. He stays down.
I'm starting to think you're not taking this seriously. Yeah.
With a DDT on no chairs.
No, he's gonna get cramp from that. Right. Anyway, the next match. Fuck knows. Let me go. It's a Divas match.
Oh yeah.
It's nice shoes.
Oh, we got your shoes.
So I can't use that.
I love Naomi's shoes. I thought that was pretty amazing.
My note, your note, and you said as well. All nice shoes, wasn't it? It's crazy.
I bet she's got sexy feet.
But it's tight ripped body as well. No, Nikki Bella's
I
alright.
reckon she's got right nice Randy Orton's tight ripped body. Then people think, what the fuck was he going to say? Come on.
Oh no, it's Rusev versus Cena for the chain
There you
match.
go, the Russian chain match. Yeah,
Ah.
never seen a match like this.
No. We've only
Watched
got,
this, thought it was amazing.
we've only got a couple of matches left.
Liked it.
We've got this match, Divas match, and then that's it. We're up to date basically.
Yeah. Just in the wrong order.
And then and then we can speak about. Then we
We
can
start with a finish and then begin with the
right, podcast details. Please start at the end. It'll
And
make
then
more sense.
rewind it.
No, you start like 10 minutes into it. And then you go round.
Go back to the start.
And then go back to the start again for the intros. And then fast forward it a couple of hours.
You can't see me.
I was going to say something as well. No, I
So
do
now in the ring we have some
Why
Russian
did
guy and old
Rusev get a
Angles.
speeding ticket? Because he was Russian.
Because he was Russian.
What?
Why did Rusev get a speeding ticket?
Right.
Because he was Russian.
What do you call a Russian man who steals lemonade?
What do you call a Russian man who steals lemonade?
Who'd you nick a cracky pop off? So I like Rusev.
A Russian man with 3 balls. Who'd you nick a bollock off?
One thing about WWE, they always do good like videos towards the matches and that. So even you watching a video, you know what I mean. You can understand what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
I say even you, like you're some kind of leper. Like even you.
Well, do you know that the champ is there?
Yeah, that's the champion, yeah.
And he's not done it for. That's who he's faced in the past 4 weeks.
And this match as well was for the title, wasn't it? This
United States Championship, yeah. That
United
Cena
States.
beat Rusev
We saw
for.
him
It was
against
Rusev's
Ambrose in the 30
first loss since
To be
being in
fair, though,
WWE.
He's like an American guy, he should have that title.
Lucky he's an American guy.
Not some Russian. Because all they do is get speeding fines.
No, I like Rusev. I think he gets it. I think if you look at the exchange at the beginning when they're pulling each
You're right, he
other's
does
chain.
get it, he gets it good, and I like it because he loses.
So you're USA. You like you? What do you think?
I like angles.
So what do you mean? So you like John Cena then? There's only one
Yeah.
problem with John Cena then,
He's
isn't
got
there?
gangly legs.
He's
yeah.
got gangly legs.
That's his biggest downfall, yeah.
Well, so he missed leg day at the gym a couple of times.
Yeah, he maybe did, yeah.
I liked his first persona when he was like the rapper. He was, I don't know, he was more of a I don't give an F about the WWE kind of thing.
Was he like
Give a
with Rikishi for a little while?
No.
Like rapping and all that?
No,
together?
he
Was that only like
He had little rap
Master Sex
battles,
saying Scotty
gimmicky
G
rap
Hotty
battles
and that?
against
Yeah,
a few people.
Rikishi was only with Scott Tewati and Grandmaster Sex.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
What about Batista?
What about him?
Is he going to come back?
Quite big.
He said he wants to come back, but he just wants to do house shows. That's the last news I heard. But if he
Bit boring.
the thing he come back last time, and he just people were booing him, weren't they? They wanted Brian. But mate, look at Brian now. He missed the pay per view because he was injured. Just imagine if he'd won the Royal Rumble, gone to WrestleMania, won the title, and then the same thing would have happened. They would have gone batshit crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But Cena's Cena, isn't he? I mean, he just does. It's a normal Cena match. Comes out,
Gets
wrestles with a
beaten.
bit, gets beaten, looks like a dead man,
Gets up.
Comes back.
makes the Superman
Last
come back.
minute.
And he's been doing it for 12 years now, over that, you know.
But then, like, he overcome the big show. He's overcome obstacles in his way.
Who, Cena?
Cena has, yeah.
Yeah. I know, see, yeah, don't get me wrong, I mean,
No, I'm not anti-Cena, but I don't know.
I'm not, I like Cena, I think, he's a good character, especially
think-
where he is
I
now.
think he's far too chummy now, though. He's always everyone's best friend.
But I think that's the problem with Sheamus as well, when he was like all chummy and stuff like that, but I mean, do you like Cena as a character,
He's not like bad
You knew
character.
Cena anyway, didn't you, before you
Yeah, I
were...
did before, yeah. He's not like a bad character, no.
What do you
Like,
think? What do you think of Cena's films?
They're amazing, yeah.
Why?
With a straight face.
He's Matt Damon's looking like. No.
I tell you what Cena looks like, and I always thought this. It's like, little things that pump up a football. He had one night inserted in him somehow, and he pumped himself up, and I think that's why he's got gangly legs for, because he did that. It was a horrible
He
accident.
pumped it in the top half, not the bottom half.
Yeah, that ain't. It's got to
He's
his
got
bottom.
to put it in his legs.
I love when Rusev does the entrance though, when he does all this. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I thought Rusev coming out, he came out a tank, Russian soldiers, everything like that. Then Cena come out with a little towel. Never give up! Never give up!
I see ya!
Because he be...
I see ya!
Praise the Lord! I see a new day! No, not new day.
Don't you tell it, you cannot see me!
Do you think John Cena's been ripped since The Rock ripped him for being a fruity pebble?
Yeah, I think Cena is a cartoon
Because
character.
everyone loves
Yes,
The Rock.
I'm not my real boy.
Apart from the people at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Do you think John Cena's doing the right thing with the USA Championship?
Yeah, I like Cena where he is now. For me, is harmless. I was sick when I was watching it in 2010, 2011 or so. He was main eventing all the time, and it was just so boring every month.
Yeah,
At
but
least
his
now
face is still on the cover.
his face to look at, but at least he's still like, you know what I mean. This kind of match, even though he's beaten Rusev, spoiler alert, it annoys me that he can lose. You know.
Yeah.
Cena is such a superstar now.
Did
Doesn't
you
matter.
want to see like Superman then, not losing? Is that what you wanted to like see him? He always come through, no matter what.
I think my Cena was doing that too often for me, you know, and everybody else around him failed. It's like CM Punk during his reign. When he was a good guy, people were.
But he was getting the odd dirty winning when he had his little streak.
Yeah,
He
no.
was a Paul Heyman guy, and he was.
And then he turned heel, and then that's when he allowed to become his own character. He was never allowed to become more than a Cena was.
Yeah.
It's what they did with Roman Reigns as well. They build him up, but Cena is, like you said, still the face, isn't he?
He is still, despite being like a mid-card match for a mid-card belt. I know it's a title belt, but
But I have no. I think Rusev should be beating Cena in this type of match, because then Cena can come back from that. I think with Cena with Wyatt last year when he beat him, kind of cut his legs up from under him. I think the same with Rusev if they're not
his
careful.
little legs.
Well, yeah,
Dangly legs.
I think with Rusev there's a problem with the character.
Yeah,
If Cena-
he's got big legs.
If Cena keeps beating Rusev though, then Rusev's, you know, he's just another wrestler.
Character's just going to go there.
It's going to be another Vladimir Kozlov or something like that.
Yeah. Turns into a gimmick.
Turns
Wearing
into like a-
suits with
yeah.
Santino Marella.
Funny wrestler, yeah. I like Rusev. I like the. I mean, Rocky 4 is probably probably the best Rocky film.
Yeah.
Do you watch Rocky film?
I have seen the Rocky film.
Have you
seen,
seen
yeah,
Rocky
yeah.
film? So what's your favourite Rocky film?
First one.
You like the first Rocky?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's right.
I like 3.
I like 3 because of malprediction. Hey.
And then he goes against Hogan as well, doesn't he?
Bit like that Russian
Yeah,
bloke
fun
though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
Rusev
what
reminds
was
me.
that?
That was
4.
Yeah, that's
And the
a
Russian
good one.
reminds me of Rusev if they did it, you know.
If he
If-
dies, he
he
dies.
dies.
I like,
Yeah.
what a prick. You know, he lets Apollo Creed die. Still not over that. That's what Rusev could be.
It's
If
only
he,
a film. Remember that.
Yeah, but you could look at it in the Barney Stinson
it's
eyes.
only a film.
And he's like, well, look, these people challenge me, I'll beat him. And then the other one trains up and beats me. It's like, what? You
Well-
never look at things through Hans Gruber's eyes. When he gets thrown off the top of the building by John McClane, all he wants to do is just rob that place. No one had to get hurt. John McClane made people get hurt.
That's a Die Hard theory. I've got a problem with Die Hard films anyway.
They don't die hard enough.
That's just Bruce Willis, isn't it? It's like, yeah, look at this. I think Rusev is better selling this than Cena is.
Yeah.
When they're pulling a chain to each other and Cena's like this. Rusev's just doing it normally. Yeah, yeah. Rusev's just pulling it like a normal guy would do. So he's like, hey, have a do. I mean, how hard would you pull your chain?
I'd
What
put
is
it
it?
hard.
You put it hard,
He
yeah.
fucks up with the lights.
It wasn't hit by both competitors, Drake, yeah.
You got to hit into it. Look, the light don't go off.
There you go.
Light don't go on limit.
You could have made it
So
though.
we're basically watching this as live, aren't we?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, this is live. See, look, hit him now.
Kicks him, headbutt.
And you haven't seen WWE pay per view for how long? Or sat and watched the whole thing
Probably
through?
from 2005 was the last time.
10 years ago now.
10 years ago.
What was that?
Oh, I really can't remember. It's been 10 years.
It's been 7,016 days since you last watched the WWE pay per view. Oh.
Can't leave that bit in there. I I'll let you leave the Randy Orton bit in there if you leave this bit in.
I'm going to put that in right at the end then. And that'll be like, you know, when the podcast finishes, like, that's the end. Then the last bit will be like you saying, I haven't watched W, but and it'll be, and it will just finish.
It's gotta be amazing.
That'll be the last bit. I think the kicks are really good. Look at the kicks, Dwayne. Look at the kicks. Look how real that is. That's a headbutt.
That's not a kick. What are you on about?
Yeah, if you kick someone like that.
Oh, my arms are literally...
When I kick someone, I'll call it a headbutt.
What do you do when you what do you call it when you headbutt someone?
Elbow someone, isn't it?
Headbutt a dickhead. What's up with that? Oh, my arms are all itchy and my legs.
Why?
Because I've been insulating today.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Doing Shetway's job for him.
I have no
It's a
idea what
lazy
that means.
bastards that was actually supposed
To my eye now, Dan.
Stop doing it halfway.
I've got asbestos.
Lazy bastards doing it before. Stopped halfway through.
Do you hear that? Lazy fucking bastards.
Hey, no.
Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah.
Everybody that listens to this.
Shout out to Dan Nolans.
Or you
Oh,
can
yeah.
ring us on 012.
Happy birthday to Dwayne as well.
Oh yeah, Dwayne, you're 14. Sorry, 30. No, seriously, how old are you?
29 today.
29 today. So what? No, we're not going to give away the date though, are we? Well, Extreme
Today,
Monsters.
innit?
Nah, it's today.
It's today!
It's definitely
You're listening
not tomorrow.
today. We're in a time machine today.
It's
Or
happened
was
today.
this the day before tomorrow?
Nah, that's a shit film.
The day after yesterday.
I've seen that.
It's always coming but never arrives. Tomorrow.
What gets drier the wetter it gets?
I tell.
What gets drier the wetter...
Oh, it's worth the one you're making.
I'm going to say it until you get it wrong. What gets wetter than... No, what gets wetter than... dry?
Carrots.
It's a sponge. Carrots get wetter than dry.
Dildo.
I bought my... No, I can't say that. I haven't got an
Yeah, it's
ex-girlfriend.
tight with body.
I bought my ex-girlfriend a handbag and a dildo.
Didn't know the handbag, you can go fuck yourself.
So Rusev and Cena are basically pounding each other at the moment. Not now.
Deep in the ring.
Deep in the ring.
Deep in the middle of
They got the
ring.
whips and chains out.
They're
Both
tied
chained
together at the
together.
moment.
They are tied.
Bouncing around.
I like the fact Cena's got a little USA flag on his arm,
Yeah.
and Rusev, just in case they get it the wrong way around, he got, no, I'm not American.
He won't do Russian.
Yeah, no.
As soon as Rusev come out wearing the chain, so he couldn't really get muddled up, could he?
Unless he was an idiot and he had both chains on him. How do we do this? You just skip it
Where
right.
is your ones?
How do you say wrestle? I don't...
I'll chain that blonde bit.
Apologies to any Russian fans out there.
He's looking down at him thinking, hey, it's your American boy.
Do you think Cena's body's alright, Dan?
His legs are gangly.
His legs are gangly. No, I think John Cena's a strong, passionate character who's fought hard to get where he is today, you know. But his legs are gangly. I
Yeah,
do agree.
John Cena is good wrestler and stuff, but apologies, don't want to upset you, John Cena, but
Some
you've got
bloke come
kind of
up to me
gangly
on
arms.
site today, and he said, "That's an Indalo man, isn't it?" He actually knew what my tattoo was. The first bloke I've ever met, like the knew
Yeah.
what it was. Well, first person I've ever met.
That's
Knew what it was.
interesting. No, wait, what's the opposite? Just no.
Who was he?
One of the Sparkies from Mechalek, I think.
Yeah.
Or plumber. Yeah.
From where?
Mechalek. Cardi's now.
Mechalek.
Cardi's brought him out.
God, it's
Mechanical electricity engineering.
Oh, you show off.
But
Oh yeah, we got controversy at the end of this match actually,
Yes,
haven't
very big controversy actually.
we? Mm-hmm.
If they think they can do it like that, they can think again.
Dwayne, do you remember how to talk?
Because it's not.
Because it's not fair. No.
Just say hello.
Voice
Yeah.
check. 1, 2.
1, 2, that will really confuse me when I fucking listen to this. I'll be like, why's the voice check it? Like, what the fuck
I
have
thought
we done?
we'd done this.
Yeah, I thought we'd done this right at the start. We did that for 20 minutes at the start, fuck's sake.
Fast forward it. Come on, here we
I
go.
want to.
What's this fast forward it on? How long's it been going?
52 minutes.
Fucking hell. There's a good half hour of everything.
There is a good 10 minutes there.
2.5 minutes.
There is a
That's
good
nearly 20
minute.
minutes there.
There is a
You
good
could
minute
go
there.
through it and you could do the whole podcast.
What about if
with,
I just get the
all three of us
podcast and
doing
repeat
all-
it again and again? So they just listen to the same podcast. Just don't end it. I say, and next, we'll just do with a kick-off show, you know, and start all over again. That was dangerous for the train there as well. He didn't know where the train could go.
It could have ripped his nose off.
Yeah, Wade Barrett said he was the English Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Michael Jordan have bad news?
I've got some bad news.
My soul come off my fucking shoe.
I can't believe you've never seen NXT. Dan. You thought I was talking to you. But I turned my head.
It's true, I haven't.
It's true, he hasn't.
It's damn true.
Yeah.
Why is he sending that fine bit of ass out there?
Like,
Fucking
because
like
Lana,
that tits.
he's throwing Lana out now because the fans were chanting, "We want Lana," so she stood up to clap, and then
What's she
Rusev
got
said
to
to
clap?
get away. She's got a movie coming out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn.
So don't, no, not porn. She's got a movie coming out soon. So she'll be, see what I did there?
So she's
I
got-
just I forgot about that and just
Oh,
be able to edit it. So she's got a film coming out soon with WWE Studios. So just see her
Watch this
and
space.
Rusev maybe splitting up and her suddenly losing a Russian accent and saying,
Getting American
"No,
accent."
Lana, my name's Louise. Yo, how are you doing? Yo, no, that's not. That's Mexican. That's, yo, how you doing?
Hey there, young.
Yo, hey, y'all.
Jeff.
that's doing the Chinese now. I like this. Oh look, who did that move? What are you talking about?
Alabama Slam.
Alabama Slam. Everybody been saying Alabama Slammer.
How much did he allegedly weigh?
How much is that doggy in the window? Huh?
How much did he allegedly weigh?
Over 400 pounds.
How much did he actually weigh?
About 235.
He's going to edit that out. He's going to Google the answer, edit it out.
Oh, yeah, that's about right. Thank you very much.
There's about 2.5.
Don't need to fucking do that. Thank you very much. I like Cena.
John Cena sucks.
I was singing out loud. I was singing out loud in London. But it was worth
I
it.
have proof of that, actually.
I think he heard it.
He's
What
a
would it-
right bookend, isn't he?
What would be the worst wrestling name? The Bell End.
The Vag.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing 450 pounds.
The Vag.
No, we couldn't call it that.
Captain Chlamydia.
Is it Poland? Cocksnot.
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 General Inquiries. General?
That's nice. Major problems would be exactly that. I've got some major problems for you.
No,
Major
Merchant
problems?
banker.
yeah.
I have, if you're listening to this, my hair is just lovely and long. It goes down to my shoulders, and it's blonde. And I've got a clown's face at the moment, and I go.
And I'm here. I don't know how he got this.
It's
because I'm not
Dwayne.
even here.
You might not have heard him, but we had technical sound problems with some of the matches, so he was speaking really quite a lot. And it just during the match, he doesn't sound like it, honestly, because the microphone was away from him.
And we have me on the phone. Hello?
Yeah,
On the phone.
he's on Skype.
I'm in a video conference call.
Yeah, he's a VOC.
What does VT stand for?
I went to the clinic for that.
Eater.
That's a good impression. Should we do it? What's your best impression? We'll do it at the end of the list. Best impression. That's his best impression, Peter. You can't do the other impression.
Oh, Chris.
Oh shit, we missed it.
Come on
Right,
here,
rewind it.
Chris.
Rewind it down. We have to see the controversy.
Oh, Chris.
Show
No.
it again,
No,
innit?
no.
There's no one let me finish.
No. You want to suck my cunt?
Why are you saying that for, Dan? Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, so
Right,
go
yeah.
on. So the controversy was that
Wash.
what was it?
Wish Dosha.
Because all through the match,
Yep.
when they's getting each corner, getting the light on, as soon as they touch each other, the lights would go out. But at the end, they didn't go out to reset.
So when he hit,
Yeah, it was still a win, which I disagree.
so when Cena hit the AA, you're saying it should have stopped the three
Yeah.
corners being lit up.
Yeah,
And he should have had to have started
and
again.
it should have been started again.
It started again. But could we have gone through another 20 minutes of it?
It wouldn't have checked, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? But, you know what I mean?
If they hadn't have done it at the beginning of the match, it was only when Rusev hit Cena, not when Cena hit Rusev. Because that's what I actually thought the rule was. Because it happened in a past match. Come on, James.
I don't remember it. What? Still recording. Bollocks! Yeah, see that? That's my big bollocks. You can see how big my bollocks
Put
are.
your big bollocks away, James. No, I've only got a little one. Your two is well big, and mine's only little.
You should treat you're going to be really distant.
I think I'm going to sound like I'm... Hello. Look how small I am. Hello? Does anyone know I'm here? Cooey. Cooey. Play that backwards and say hello.
I'm not playing it backwards. It's a bit late for that now, isn't
Put
it?
it back. I don't want it to fall off.
That's alright. That's what she said.
Then I pulled out and come on a tits.
Oh. Hello, Mum. Thanks for listening. That just happened to that bit.
Sorry.
Oh, look, Renee Young. Guess who she's going out with?
Me.
Dean Ambrose.
Oh,
That fuck mine, isn't it?
Oh. She's tired. He's a lucky fucker.
Roman Reigns. He will, apart from at WrestleMania in the main event for the WWE
Well, they
Championship.
say when it rains, it pours.
It does. And, okay, I think there's a bit of controversy in this match. There's a big...
Controversy.
Thank you. Controversy. I think there's a big Roman Empire sign with the fans. I didn't see it throughout the rest of the night, and yet I see it when he's walking down to the ring. Do you think they gave it to the fans to
Yeah,
hold?
because there was none.
Because I don't think there was any. Because the other match was Last Man Awake. That was one of the guys' signs. So I think it was. But I think Reigns is all right for what he does. If he builds up towards WrestleMania next year, so be it. You know.
It might rain, it might pour.
He might get a title match next month. You don't know. What is it? Payback.
Oh, good trainers.
Oh, Divas match now.
Davis match.
All in our notes. What did we put?
Nice shoes.
Nice shoes. Now explain the shoes, Dwayne. I thought they were changing every time she hit them.
They just changed when they changed.
What do you mean change when they changed?
It weren't when they hit them, because I looked at that in detail.
Oh, did you? Because you're our technology expert here, aren't you?
No, not really. I just watched it
For
she got
shoes?
it, and they
Shoes-
didn't change. So
What? When? Oh, okay.
so not every time.
So what
no,
kind
no.
What's?
Yeah.
They're just green lights at the start, and they look fantastic.
Don't forget, red light spells danger. So you've got to be careful about it.
Yeah, watch the drag.
Yeah, watch that. So Nikki Bella, do you know who her husband is?
No,
Oh
Daniel
no,
Bryan.
not husband, boyfriend / husband. John Cena.
is that?
Interesting, isn't it? Brie Bella is Daniel Bryan. Do you think they ever get confused? And he's like, oh, sorry, love.
Do you reckon John Cena and Daniel Bryan are like, we pretty much know what each other's bird looks like?
Yeah, wobbly H, innit?
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, leaning tower with penis. Naomi, though.
There we go, Naomi.
She.
Spelt backwards when dogging her, I moan.
Oh.
Is
Oh. And also, my name's backwards
Obviously
is
not-
C-Match.
obviously not
Don't
dogging.
remember that.
What, C-Match?
Yeah, C-Match. C-Match should have a bro.
like, as in, she madged all over her face.
And Dwayne, tell me about having love and hate tattooed on your hands as well. Where does that
I
come
haven't
from?
got love and hate.
What's that swallow on your neck?
Yeah, why have you got a teardrop on your... Why?
I've done a bit of bird.
And Dan, what was it like when you came out of prison the first time? You know, had the parents calmed down a little bit, or were they? Were they still
Randy
angry?
Orton's tight ripped body.
Divas match. Who cares? Hands up. No one's got the hands up. Dan's got the tape measure up, but...
Do you know what I like? The one in white trunks?
What, doing head scissors?
Rolling around on the ring. Yeah, doing the head scissors. Around my head.
Around your head. Would you out of everybody you've seen tonight, what wrestler would you pick to wrestle? And not any of the divas.
Randy Orton's start
No, honestly.
Nikki. Definitely Nikki says me.
Right, so let's leave people over. Let's talk about what did we think about Extreme Rules. Let's go from the beginning.
It's extreme.
Who was it? What was everybody's favourite match? Well, my favourite was Reigns versus Big Show. I liked it, even though there's too many finishes. I thought it was good.
I like that. I like the Ambrose Harper match. I think Ambrose flows well with his moves, and Harper, he looks like a promising character.
It's tight, Rick, buddy. Dwayne, what about you? What was your favourite bit?
Yeah, I'd say it was the Ambrose and Harper match. It was pretty crazy. I did like Big Show's match. He made a tip himself.
Yeah, that
I'd
was
say.
funny when he dived there first.
Yeah,
I think it's a match of the championship match, huh?
Lackluster, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. It's like all the rules was broken, so
Yeah.
what's the point in having the rules if they're all going to get broken?
Yeah, and I don't think the
Like
match.
his gangly legs.
Yeah, I don't think Orton and I think Orton and Rollins could have a really good match if it was unnecessary gimmicks. If it was just straight up,
Yeah.
like if at WrestleMania, if they had 25 minutes or something, it could have been a really excellent match, you know. Because Orton can do that. He is a good wrestler. Same as Cena as well. If it's the right people in the ring, they can have a good match with them. Any of them. Did I pull that coming of tits?
Nikki and
Oh, fucking hell.
I'd have Nikki in the ring.
Brown
I'll stick it
girl
in
in
the
the
ring.
ring. Sha la 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 la.
So all pink inside. Back to the shoes. They're great, look.
What colour are
Bit limey green.
What
look.
colour are they now?
Lime green. And one's dark green, there you go, look. One lime green, one dark green.
they? Ain't one the same colour it started off as?
No, they've turned blue in a minute. Why don't they change at the same time? That's another thing that annoys me.
I don't know.
Because maybe both her feet don't have high impact at the same time.
Well, that's what I said to Dwayne, but he said it's not affecting how I impact on the shoes. It just happens.
But it's not,
That's what you said,
I
Dwayne.
don't
Yeah.
think it's random though, because if there's random, they both would have been put on the same time.
Yeah.
Surely, but then yeah.
Don't call me
Right.
Shirley.
Or maybe they had to be turned on from the inside, and then she turned one on, put it on, turned the other one on.
Well, the way technology is these days, maybe there's something in there and there's someone with a sense of changing them for her or whatever. She's had a sequence already planned out and they change it as she
Maybe.
wrestles kind of thing, you know?
It goes on foot over, and the right one's slightly smellier. It
Yeah.
goes to a crutch.
That was good, haven't you?
If they turn blue, it means she's A positive.
Oh, they're rubbish.
What's
It means she's got chlamydia.
she got HIV?
Yeah.
Or positive?
Why not? Yeah, show blue.
Thank you. That's funny to joke about HIV.
What's the most deadly B?
Boobies.
Hepatitis B.
Oh. Oh, I gave it away, but what bees make milk?
Boobies.
Yeah, gave it away a little bit.
Or movies.
Oh yeah, movies. Yeah, so if Kevin Smith wants to hire us, feel free. If you wanna, like, you know, anybody out there. WWE hears this and they say, we need someone to do their network, you know, we need someone. They're our guys. Then I'll go out there. I take all credit for this.
There you go. One's
So my
the
idea.
right foot's turned blue now, so that's a bad sign for her.
That's what I'm saying, it's turned blue, that's really annoying. Does that annoy anybody?
Annoys me. Should be the same.
It should be the same, it looks stupid.
Yeah, but for a match, you can't be that good if the only thing we focus on is the shoes.
The Divas match, you wanna watch a good Divas match?
There's at least 6 tits potentially on display there.
Yeah, but a Divas match is only good in NXT.
Oh, look.
You should watch that, that's brilliant.
On next.
Oh, that's next. Next on us will be next on us. Watch NXT. Next special they do.
Oh look, I swear there's a little sweat patch there on her crotch. Rewind that bit.
The
Seriously.
only thing we were around tonight is not her crotch.
Oh.
You can Google that shit.
I find that, yeah, exactly. I find that with wrestling fans. But why would you want to see like divas now when you've got so much access to other things? You know.
All the old divas.
Yeah, that's why we're not interested in 6 pair of tits for because
In a bra and panties match, or an evening gown match, or a bird coming out wearing nothing but bubble wrap.
Yeah, bubble wrap bikini. Bubble wrap bikini! Bubble wrap bikini! Yeah. I mean, what's the point?
Accidental nip slips and all that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't need it now.
She
It's
knows she's done
PG.
it.
And if you want to watch something, you know, Dwayne will buy your collection. You know?
And you can actually find most of the divas on porn. So
You can't, they're not real, Dan. Don't Google it, Dan. I've told you 100 times. Look, email us in if any of the porn is real, okay? Verify it for us. You can't watch. You can watch, but don't watch. We're doing a podcast now. Dwayne, say so.
I'm looking for porn.
I'm
while
loving
we're
this
doing a
Divas match right now.
So Dwayne is entertained by the Divas match, which is really interesting considering that people don't usually care about it, seeing as he's a new fan to this. The Divas match is the one he's liked the most.
Maybe it's just two women in the ring. What bloke don't love that, you know?
I love two women in the ring.
I like to, anyway. Apart from if you're with Mike Tyson.
Oh, there you go. I love that. She yanked on her foot and it changed the colour of her boot.
See, I told you I was
There
right.
you go.
I was right. Think they told us to change it?
No, 'cause it was literally as she pulled it.
I thought it was alright pay per view. It wasn't the greatest in the world, was it? Every match had a little saying in it. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Dwayne. Yes.
It's swayed my way of thinking and I'm going to start watching it a lot more.
Well, we're gonna keep this poetry podcast going and we'll be watching it.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen,
a lot more to
recording
talk
and stuff
about,
like that.
obviously.
If that ain't Trish Stratus, who the fuck is that?
That's a big titted woman. I've got that porn at home.
That's
Trish
That's
Stratus.
not Trish Stratus.
That is.
I've
before
got the
she had
video
her
if you
nose
want to
dropped.
watch it. She got big tits. The woman with big tits. It's
That's
called.
not
It's not Trish Stratus, you dickhead. Get over it. I'm sorry, Dan. I had to do that to you, but
You can go, no,
yeah,
Trish.
it's not true. Look, Rusev's not happy. Going on.
He goes on shouting at her for a good 2 minutes. And then points which way to go. She walks off thinking, right, he wants a drink of water. And she's off to get it.
She's not. She's knocking on the authorities' door. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
That's Triple H Stephanie. That's what they're called, the authority now.
The authority.
You know, back in '99 there was corporation. I'm
Yeah,
going to keep going back to '99 because
that's the time I remember
yeah. What you're done, Dan, are you?
No.
Thanks. Nah. You obviously do a proper.
Yeah. So how are we going to do it then? What's our sign off?
I don't know, you're the man for it.
I don't know.
We just got to say,
We've got to say like,
yeah.
bye. No. Yeah. So that
Well,
was
like, thanks for listening to our podcast. Brought to you by
me.
James Rowlands.
All right. That's
Dan
what I
White.
did. Well, you do it then.
Wayne
Go on.
Jeffrey.
Go on. Say thank you for listening to our podcast. Brought to you by. Go on.
Already have.
Say it again.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. Brought to you by James Rowlands,
Hi.
Dan White, and
Oh, bye.
Dwayne Jeffrey.
Dwayne Jeffrey.
Ciao.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Dwayne
everybody.
Johnson Jeffrey.
We'll hopefully be back in how many, couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. We'll be back.
Dan,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks.
Goodbye from me and it's goodbye from them.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Love you. Bye. No, seriously, thanks for listening. No, I really appreciate it. It's from the bottom of my heart. Between you and me, listening at home, I like to thank you, and it's great. And if you can follow us on the Twitter, and
not twat.
or send me an email, maybe. I don't know. All right, thanks. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Oh, I weren't recorded. No, I'm joking.
So that is it. Don't forget, you can follow us across all social media. We're the WNR Podcast on Twitter. We're also on Facebook, the WNR Podcast there, and Instagram across all the Google platforms. Send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on YouTube, the WNR Podcast, where we have the latest clips and podcasts at the same time on YouTube as do SoundCloud on your phone. Also Stitcher and Spreaker, where we do our live shows, and iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate, and review there. So that is it. Like I say, hopefully next week we will bring you the WNR 300, the 300th episode. It should be the greatest podcast ever. Let's hope. We are going to have a look at things And like we said, we're going to discuss, and there's going to be a lot of changes coming to the WNR podcast. But like I say, we'd like to thank everybody for their support across Twitter, Facebook, and of course listening to us every week as well. And our follower of the week is Jess Sir at JessSir37. We're going to, of course, give you a shout out on the podcast, and I'll be DMing you soon as well. But like I said, that is it. And I have been James Rowlands. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week for the WNR 300. Bye.